Good afternoon. Hope you're all well. Welcome to our live stream. You might be able to hear Thomas the woodcarver in the background there. He's processing some wood, ready for more wood carving and scroll sawing. So I'm just going to do my checks as well. Let's have a little look. Yeah, we're all on there. Yeah, so let's get straight into it. The first little project. This has just come in last minute. And I thought, oh, I tell you what, we'll demonstrate it. Somebody's asked, this is actually something, I'm not sure if the video is published on the channel yet. But basically, it's a little, how can I describe it? It's normally a pin badge or a brooch, but this one has been requested as a key ring. So we're prepping it as a key ring at the moment. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut out all of the paw print shape and then the outline. I'm actually using 3 pieces of oak. This makes it a little bit more demanding because normally when I stack cut with oak, we would have something like a piece of mahogany or teak, something a little bit easier for scroll sawing in combination, or the cedar, something like that. But yeah, to go through the process that we've started off with then, we have done our pilot holes. We've sanded the back so it's nice and flat. We've used our Starbond glue to stick the 3 layers together, and we're ready to go. So we get into it. I've got a used blade in there, so we'll see how that actually performs. Any questions as we go along, any thoughts, feel free to share them. It'd be great to hear from you. And yeah, any ideas, anything that you're working on, or any areas you need a bit of help on, let us know, and I shall get straight into scroll sawing. As always, mask on, ear defenders on, and away we go. If you could drop us a comment as well, somebody, that would be appreciated, because at the moment I'm not seeing any comments if they are coming through. So if you could drop us a comment, that'd be brilliant, just to check that the live chat is working. So yeah, if you could do that for me, I'd be really grateful. Right, and no comments have come through, so I'm just going to check that the chat is working as it should be. So let's have a little look. Right. Okay. So we're going to carry on with this, and as I said, if anybody is with us, if you could put a little comment just so I know that it is working, that would be appreciated. Right, we're going to carry on cutting. Brilliant. Right. Forgive my ignorance, but would it not be simpler to drill the holes first, then use the scroll saw to cut the overall shape? Right. So basically, what it is the these ones here. That's why I've drilled a pilot hole. So you can see we've got a pilot hole that we drilled. But the shape that I want for our paw prints, they're actually a little bit more elongated. So that's why we've drilled the hole. We then feed the blade through, and then we cut the overall shape. So because they're not perfectly round, that's not the shape that I want for the paw prints. Because as the in this case dog plants the paw, these are a little bit more elongated. So you could drill them out a bit bigger if you want to, but as long as that blade is big enough to feed, as long as the hole is big enough to feed the blade in, then I just cut it to the shape that I want to. But you could use, a number of times people have mentioned that to us, why don't you use a larger bit? Basically, I always want a small enough bit that it doesn't actually affect the design that I'm trying to cut out. So that's how you do it. So you feed that blade in using the pinless blades, and you cut the shape out, and then afterwards we cut the surround. Now, for the purposes of the demonstration, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut out the surround. But again, if you're actually looking at the techniques and the methods that I do use, it's quicker to do it on the bandsaw and then to use the belt sander. There's an attachment on the side of our belt sander, and it's easier to just sand it in that way. So yes, thanks. Makes sense, of course. No problem at all. Any questions or any ideas? Yeah, it is something at different times people have said to us about, why don't you use bigger drill bits to take the bulk of the wood out? Be honest with you, it saves, you know, using that, it can save you a little bit of time, but not a significant amount. If you were doing this one though, and let's say you want to reduce the amount of scroll saw and you want to speed it up, if you're happy with round holes, yeah, you could just drill 1, 2, 3, 4 holes and then just cut that piece there. So it would reduce the amount of scroll sawing you do. Myself, I enjoy working with the scroll saw. I'm comfortable working with it as well, so it's just as quick to cut those bits out. But here we go, we'll cut this around and then I will move on to our next project. Any other questions in the meantime? We appreciate the question because I'm starting to think I had a problem with the actual live, what do you call it, live chat. So yeah, thanks for getting the comment in, it makes a difference. Hello Sammy. Okie dokie, I'll try my best. We'll see you in a bit, okay? Right, let's get cutting. That's my son Sammy, ready to go to football.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Okay, so there we go. We have now got our 3 layers. A little bit of burning where we've just finished off. Just basically that, because it's an, you know, you're basically cutting an inch thick oak, quite demanding. So a bit of burning on the bottom. But what I'll do on there is I will put that on the belt sander attachment we mentioned, and we'll just get a nicer shape for the finish. I might use, we also use a router bit, or saying that, it's not going to be big enough, I'll have to carve it out. What we will do, we'll just take the sharp edges just to shape and refine the finish a little bit. But a simple little project, great little beginner's one. Anyone interested in, you know, getting into scroll sawing, new to it, a great one to have a little go. Hello Mark, how you doing? Hope you're well. Just a quick question. I've been asked to make a really large Lovespoon. Do you think I will be able to fit it on my saw? Do you think a jigsaw would help? Right, we get asked to, when we say really big, how big would be the question, Mark? Because the limit with the scroll saw, so this is one thing, I don't make Lovespoons now. I used to. I don't make Lovespoons when people request them sort of bigger than, what is it? I mean, this one is a 17-inch throat on it, and so I don't make Lovespoons bigger than, say, 20 inches, because it just becomes really awkward to make. We've got the clearance that we've got to the wall, which is about 20 inches or so. It just becomes difficult to make it, so I prefer to, you're right, Nico? I prefer to limit the size.
I'm going to go in before 6.
Ah, there we are. No worries, Nico. I will try my best to make it, but if not, we will see you in a bit. Bit big. How big? We've just lost the connection. We've just lost the connection now, so I'll try and get that back to you all. There we are. We just lost OBS Studio for a moment. Apologies for that. Let's have a look. Are we still on there? Hopefully we're back. Yeah, apologies. Sorry about that for a second. Right. Yeah, so it just depends how big it actually is. Because, I mean, for instance, making one with the jigsaw, it's the quality of the finish. That would be my concern with it. So, yeah, if you can fit it on your scroll saw, what you got to remember, the first few inches of the design, you know, you've got that bowl, but it depends how high up at the top of the design you're actually going to be cutting out. This is a Christmas tree, as you can see, so it's a slightly different Christmas tree to the one that we designed before. And what we're going to do, I know what's happening now. Hopefully we're back. Apologies for this. I'll tell you what actually happened. My son came in and he's tripped over the cable and he's pulled it out. So hopefully we are back. Apologies for the technical issues. Yeah, my son came in to speak to me and he pulled the cable out, so I lost internet connection. So hopefully we are back. A 5 foot high Lovespoon. Yeah, Mark, that's going to be a challenge because that's massive, Mark. So that's going to be wow. It's certainly. I mean, the only thing, you know, you could possibly use a spiral blade on the scroll saw. That's one way you could go. Again, comes down to the quality that, you know, you're going to be able to produce. It should, you know, you should get a better quality finish than. You know, you're getting, I mean, 5 foot. If it was me, I'd be getting in touch with something like a chainsaw carver. I mean, we've done them before. We've done one Lovespoon here that's our longest Lovespoon that's 30 foot long. But we, you know, when we're working on Lovespoons like that, we're using the hand tools. So going to be difficult to actually. It's going to be difficult to sort of get that on the scroll saw. So that's what I would be sticking more to is the actual hand tools. Right. What I'm going to do then, I'm going to carry on with this one here. Be interested though, Mark. Any more information on what you're doing would be useful. I'm going to cut out the surround, do that pierce work first of all. On this Christmas tree design, what we're doing, we're cutting out 2 layers at the same time, one dark wood, one light wood. So we're going to have the contrast. And the idea is we're going to swap our nativity with the stars over. So we'll have the contrast in the finish with the different colours. So hopefully it'll become clear as we go along. Any questions, let me know and we'll do our best to answer them. Right, so we've done that pierce work for our nativity scene. Just going to check in on the back, see if everything's okay on that side. Yeah, I mean, that one there, Mark, with what you're referring to, I would be quite, what's the word? If somebody was asking me for something like that, I mean, I'd be honest with you, from like, I mean, I'm making them, you know, we're making them here on a daily basis and stuff. And if somebody came to the workshop asking for something like that, I would be a little bit dubious about taking on something like that. Because that is, you know, that is a lot of work. So yeah, I would be reluctant to take on such a huge Lovespoon. That could cause some problems. Right. Or you're going to be spending a lot of hours doing it.
Daddy,
We should.
do you know our fences?
Okay, so a slightly challenging cut so far, and I'll tell you why it's a slightly challenging cut so far. We're working with a backing piece that's ash, and ash is always a little bit more demanding to cut. And then the other thing, we're working with an older blade. So let's change the blade and make life a little bit easier. That's always one thing, you know, that I tend to advocate. Blades, they're not too expensive. When you feel they're not cutting, same as with a chisel or a gouge, when we're working with it as it's cutting and you don't feel it's cutting so well, we sharpen the chisel or gouge. Same with the scroll saw. As you feel it's not cutting so well, change the blade and get the best out of it. Right, let's hear a bit more about this then, Matt. I'm just a little nervous and I'm thinking of roughing it out using chisels. Yeah. And then, yeah. And using chisels and Dremels. No, I would say that's a good way of going. I mean, if they want something that big, the first thing I would say to you, Mark, is you're gonna have to get a sympathetic piece of wood, because with it being that size, you know, you're gonna be working, with that piece of wood, and you're gonna be working on that project for some time. So you definitely want something that's gonna be sympathetic. You know, the lime, you know, what our American friends, what they refer to as basswood, or a nice piece of mahogany, you know, something along those lines. Dad now, he likes working in teak. So yeah, if you can get hold of something like that, you want something sympathetic to work with. Is there a specific reason why it's wanted so large? Is it to, you know, is it going outside or something like that? Why do they want such a large love spoon? Just curious. Now, just to explain as well where we're going with the different things, we're leaving it attached to the solid for as long as possible, It just makes it easier so we can get a clean and even cut on both the top layer and the bottom layer. So that's why we're leaving it attached for as long as possible. Now you can see it's moving about. It's only that little bit that's holding it in place. But
Christmas is coming.
Yeah, well, we got to do our prep for it. I'll have a check as well. I'd be interested with Dad's input on this one as well. I wish I knew. I think it's just so they can both hold it up at the wedding. Right. I mean, the other thing you can do as well, Mark, you know where the workshop is. You're always welcome to come down with the project at some stage, and we'll have a little look at it with you, and we'll give our own sort of thoughts and ideas on it. What is? They want a 5 foot long love spoon.
A 5 foot long love spoon?
Yeah.
Well, that's fair enough. I mean, that's what they're looking for.
Yeah. I say it's not something we'd take on. Not something we because
well, we'd consider anything.
Well, we consider anything, but basically in recent times I haven't been taking on requests above about 60 centimeters.
I know, but there's obviously some reason why they want the 5 foot love spoon.
Yeah.
And it's not the norm.
No.
But saying that, because they've got to think about where they're going to put it afterwards.
That's right.
And all the reasons behind it.
Yeah. We've had as well. If you're joining us late, we had technical issues with this live stream. What happened? Nico came in to tell me that he was off to football training, and he tripped over the wire.
Oh, there we are. So he's been fouled before he
was fouled by the internet.
I mean, back
wire.
to the 5 foot love spoon. I mean,
Yeah.
we had an interesting request where somebody said they wanted they wanted the world sort of spinning in a blinking sphere. I didn't know what the heck they wanted altogether. And at the end of it, they said, "Oh, by the way, we're asking other love spoon."
Oh yeah, this is something that's coming up more frequently now. Is where people
we're asking other love spoon makers.
They ask us if we'll design something for them, and then say, "Yeah, we may be interested in giving you the job, or we may not."
Who on earth,
Let's have a look there. 5 foot spoon. Someone's got long arms. Yeah, it's a challenging thing to take on.
Well, back on the competition, you sort of you go to a garage and you say, "Oh, I'd like a new car, please, but by the way, I'm going down the road to see what the other garage have got to offer."
That's right,
I'm
absolutely.
not disputing that people don't do that.
No, but
they sort of tell you up front.
Well, and the problem is that for us, we haven't really got time to waste on stuff like that, have we? Unfortunately,
you trust people.
Or fortunately,
that they're coming to you.
It's sort
of a bespoke love spoon,
and in good faith, isn't it?
And they see the work that you do,
and that's why they're coming to you.
And you go from there.
Yeah, exactly.
In these times, it's
tough going.
Right. We can do without that kind of
that sort of request. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back over here because I can see there's a few little burn marks. So this is why when I always say having a good sharp blade does make a difference, because when you've got to go back over the burn marks, you're making extra work for yourself. So.
When I first went to see somebody about this particular scroll saw, over 20 years ago, that's one of the things they emphasized, that you must have a sharp blade. Don't sort of don't think you're saving by just using the blade over and over. When you compare the cost of the blade.
Yeah. Have a new sharp blade in it.
Yeah. little throat on there, Dave.
Yeah.
You know, for anybody, you can see, look, that's 18 inches.
Yeah.
So that puts the 5 foot love spoon. It straight away gives you a problem because
You can't use the scroll saw.
You know, that's, was it 18 I measured?
18 inches.
So that's 3 feet.
Yeah.
You know, if you double it, so 3 feet would be, even 3 feet is a little bit over.
I'd say you can get, you can use the spiral blades on the scroll saw, and you can, I've seen massive projects using the spiral blade, but you won't get that quality that, in terms of the finish.
Because you're going to have to sort of juggle about with it lengthwise then, you know?
That's it. I mean, the only other thing you could do is a massive bowl. And before I free it from the rest of the tree, I'm just going to check it over and to see if there's any really bad burns or issues. Yeah, there's a little bit there where I've gone back over it. We've got to sort out, and there's a little bit just in there. So I'm going to tidy those up just before I carry on and cut out the rest of the tree. Right, so we managed to check out some of these comments as well. We managed to get the Nativity out, cutting out the tree now. There's a few little jagged lines around here that I'm going to clean up, get a nicer finish on that surround. And then we'll cut out that tree shape. I didn't think about the massive bowl. I think I'll have to get back to them and explain how difficult the size is. I'll let you know. Thanks for the help. No, you're more than welcome. So I'm using a lot of box lime wood because I do a lot of carving. Yeah, what blade is best? We use the same one. With one with fine small teeth or with larger teeth. It's such a soft wood that dust seems to clog the blades. Right. Yeah, so by the sounds of it, right. Now, we use a Lovespoon number 9 reverse tooth blade. We've explained that I don't know how many times on the channel, and there are dedicated videos on our channel that focus on selecting the right blade. However, what it sounds like to me is you may be using quite a fine blade, a number 3, a number 5, something like that. Thomas the Woodcarver's turned up with eggs.
I gotta show you my eggs, Dave. Look at that. My girls, they haven't let me down.
Look, here's the look. It just about fits in.
Yeah, look at that.
There you go. That's a pretty one.
Yeah, my girl. Carefully, don't roll off there, mine.
I'm not gonna roll that one off.
Look at that. My girls. Oh, look, everybody.
There we go. Thomas Woodcarver's very proud. Five eggs today.
5 eggs.
Five eggs
from 5 girls. Great.
Your chickens are a reflection. Is that they don't like the heat, do they? They stopped laying
right.
when it went hot.
Laying when it was too hot.
They like the woodcarver. Yeah. They like the woodcarver. He's not so good.
Let me down.
Yeah. Now, when what it is with blades, you get what they call TPI, teeth per inch, and the more teeth per inch you've got, the more that the dust is going to clog the blade and the slower the feed speed that you're going to be able to use. So by using a number 9, and I've used number 9 on the lime loads of times, and it does a job. It flies through it, and it gives you a good clean finish as well. But that is why we use a slightly higher numbered blade, is because it's that TPI, that teeth per inch. It allows the blade to get the waste material away more quickly. It's the same with most saws, isn't it? Where, you know.
I mean, there's so many blades. I mean, you've gone through blades lots of times. There's so many on the market.
There's so many different ones.
You've really got to experiment and find the best for the wood you're using.
Yeah, I mean, for the lime, though, it's always done a good job, isn't it? Depends how thick the lime
I can
is.
see where they're coming from.
But it cuts. I mean, that blade cuts the line.
Especially if you're stack cutting.
Yeah.
Because you've got, and you're using 2 pieces of lime.
Yeah.
So
no, but it will cut it. And I mean, that's the thing. It's a bit of trial and error, but that's what I find works well for us, is that Lovespoon number 9 reverse tooth blade. But yeah, let us know what blade are you using, and we can have a think from there. What is the thickness of the line you're using? That all plays a part in it.
Is it lime or is it basswood? Is it what I mean?
That's right. Yeah.
Sort of. It can vary such a lot.
Yeah, because I mean we've used a lot of lime over the years because we're wood carvers. But I mean, for wood carving, there's loads of other timbers that we enjoy working with too. But yeah, let us know with that. And Okay, we've got a better finish on there now. I didn't like, it was a bit sort of jaggedy, the finish that we got in there. Means this is going to be pulled in a little bit, but basically that is going to be coming in there like so. So we got 2 clear points where we can glue that into position. Okay, let's have a little look at this. Hello to the carver. Thanks, chaps. I'll have to get back to you on that one. I'm such a newbie with the scroll saw, loving the channel, but it's tea time here now. No worries. Yeah, let us know. Put a comment on it. Let us know. Let us know what blade you're actually using, and then we can give you a few suggestions. Because yeah, I've used all sorts over the years. But as I said, for cutting line, that tends to do a good job. Is the same one that I use for, it's the blade that I tend to sort of always come back to. Hope all is well with the carver too. Thanks for joining us. We're cutting out, we're on Christmas stuff already, but it's got to be done. Okay, so that cuts out our 2 trees. Wow, I forget when it comes to scroll sawing with the ash. It's a proper wood, isn't it, the ash?
Oh yeah.
It's a proper wood.
So
It doesn't take any...
have you done the nativity scene to go in there yet?
I have.
Oh, you've done that?
I have.
Oh, fair enough then. Okay.
There you go. You've got the nativity to go in like that. And like that.
Right.
I've made the bases. I'm all... This week I'm all organised. I'm highly organised this week. So what we got? We got... See, now I always... This is one little thing.
You have to rely on the adhesive, though, aren't you, for that?
See? So we got... Well, the question is, do we put it in like that? And possibly... We're going to have to work out... You know, we could put it in like that. I think it's better to go in like that. See?
Yeah, I think so.
That's how I'll attach
as
it
tight as
in.
you can.
Yeah,
The only problem
I'll
is it's not
attach that.
touching the bottom.
No. No, it's not. But that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it like that and that. There we are. But we got 2 good contacts. We got 2 good clean contacts we'll have on there. And then what we'll have an extra block. And then we got a base. So we got the tree. We got the tree, the base. And then our nativity that will go in...
I think it could just sit on the bottom, to be honest with you.
Something like
So
that.
it like that. Yeah.
I don't know. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Would you have it hanging on the star and on the inside like that? Or would you have it sitting on the base? What's the preference? It's either going to have to get pushed across a little bit like that. Or like that, in like that, or like that. But there. But
I tell you what you could also do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And this is sort of learning by, I won't say mistakes, but what
No,
you
it
could,
is. It is.
what you
We're
could
always
do,
learning something new. That's
what
part
you
of the
could do,
process.
Dave,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Is
Yeah.
cut the star,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And make another slightly larger star
Okay.
so that when that sits in there,
Right.
you see what I'm getting at? So that the star then will touch the top,
Yeah.
and these 2 will touch the bottom as well. So you could have a, you know, it's sort of developing.
Yeah, I mean, this
as
is
you
this
go
is
there.
this is where it is. It's all a bit of trial and error and
Yeah,
all that sort of
definitely.
thing. But they're all there. If you want to have a go at sanding anyway.
No, I got the call
Oh.
on my house. So.
Tom's wood carver's off. I'm on the Christmas stuff as well. Currently turning wooden tops. There we are. So it's not just ourselves on the onto the Christmas stuff. Ah, glad to hear it. Hope here we go. Well, there's my final little cut. I'm going to demonstrate a shooting star.
Have we shown everybody the way we dry our wood out as well?
We've done videos on it. We've never done a live stream or anything like that. Do you know, I was thinking for the other day. I was actually thinking today as well of doing a different live stream of showing how much goes into marking out stuff like this.
Yeah.
Because we use so much wood that's got splits. You know, that's got different issues in it that you're working around. There's a lot goes into marking out projects. If I was to set in, I would match. Hang on. If I were to set in, I would match the curvature on the base of the nativity to the cutout. Right. So I think, am I understanding rightly what the carver's saying is to don't worry about the star, match it to the.
Yeah. But I think
the,
what he's getting at, he would curve the bottom of it to fit. See?
Now that's a good way of doing it.
He'd curve the bottom.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. Then you've got a really good contact.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you've got more. I'm going to have a little think on it. What I'm thinking of doing is to just take a little bit off there and a little bit off there so I get more contact.
Yeah. I think I would be tempted to do another 2 of those, as the carver said.
Yeah. And
do
curve
2
it the other
larger
way.
ones, fit it in.
Curve.
But also, Dave, what you can do, because we've got
get stronger contact.
because we've got the round disc sanders, you could sand that a little bit more to make it a bit more.
Yeah, no, well, I cut it a bit more. That's the problem when you're working in on the scrolls.
Yeah, but that's an excellent idea.
Yeah, but that's, we'll have a look at that.
We could still use these for something else.
Yeah. But we will have a little look at that, and
But
that's a good suggestion.
It would be worth us just having a little tour around there one week.
Oh yeah,
For everybody
absolutely.
to see how we
No, there's
how we
lots of
store the
aspects.
logs and how we convert them and then dry. You know how we dry them out and.
So I think, going back to our Christmas tree, I think, a little bit of a redesign along the ideas that everyone's saying will be quite good.
Yeah.
Where's the trees gone now? I can't see where the trees are gone.
The trees.
Oh, I can see them.
Yeah,
There we are. We
yeah.
got them. Right. Finish off. Nice.
Nice.
That's Thomas Wood carving off for his tea. Nice little project, this one here. This isn't originally our design. I tell you what this was. I don't even know where Mum and Dad got it from. They bought a little Christmas decoration, and I thought, oh, that's nice. I use a slightly different method to the original to make it, but it's a shooting star, and it's a nice little item to make. Right, I'll demonstrate it, and that will just about do us for today. Right, so as we gone along there, we're just adapting the shape a little bit just to make it a bit stronger and make it a little bit easier as well for making. Right, so yeah, I haven't missed any comments there. Good. Anybody as well watching it back, you've done well to get here, because we had a few technical issues where a certain Mr. Nicholas tripped over the cable connecting the internet. But thankfully we managed to get it all back working again. This one as well, this is the one of our favourite woods for working in, coming from La Mancha, what the Spanish call Savina. And you can see we're using that stack cutting method, that stack cutting technique. One thing I always noticed with this as well is that the fly out there, the wood boring insects, they always attack in by the bark, but they never go any further, never go further into the wood. Okay, now this can always prove a little bit of a challenge because we've just lost the bottom layer. So what we've got to try and do, bear with me 2 seconds, I'm going to try and get some glue, stick them back together. Right, we need a little dab of Starbond and we will glue it back on. You've got to try and line it up perfectly. So what happens, what do you do when it goes wrong with the holding with the Starbond? So I'm going to do that cut last because that's a simple, straightforward cut. There we are. So We're running low now on Starbond. We are supposed to be doing a little video with them soon again, which will be fun. Yeah, so if that happens to you, if you're using glue to stack cut and it just comes apart, get a little dab of the CA glue, stick it on, and away you go. Right, let's finish off this cut. And there we have it. Simple little decoration. And what we'll do from here, we'll sand it all down, smooth it all out, take off any of the roughness that's left, and another popular little item that we make. Right, there we go. That's us done for today. So it was those paw prints, which I now can't seem to see where I put. At the back. There we are. So we've got a little bit of sanding work to do on those. We got those shooting stars and our Christmas trees that we got to go away and do a little bit of adapting just to get that design a little bit better for what we're doing. Thank you for joining us, and yeah, hope you all have a great week. As always, we'll have our Wednesday upload as well as our Friday short. Any questions, any thoughts, remember to get them in the comments section. As I said, if you watch it on the playback as well, well done for getting this far because of those technical problems. I'm not going to go and edit it all out. It's all part of doing the live stream, so we leave it as it happened. Hope you all have a great week, and thanks for joining us.